Hi class, I wanted to give you some video feedback. Just looking through these, and this is your draft, so you'll be able to make these changes. You'll duplicate your site and then make your changes to that. So I can see you simplified some things here, Ashley. Let's take this image out, this sand dune. That's a template image. And rather than have signing up for emails right in the middle of your work, let's take that strip out. I'm going to recommend that we take this out as well, and just kind of keep your work together and tighten that up a little bit. You're linked up with your socials, that's good. Make sure that these are centered. That is a footer down here and not in this strip. And if this is your footer, then we want to move these. These would not be in your footer. Okay, a footer is by itself. It's its own strip. So if you have done that, and I'll know when I go to the next page, if it's down, yeah. So these will go with your work, your other work, okay? I'm not sure why I've seen this lately, a couple of people putting things in the footer, but do remove that, okay? And it looks like good work, so you want to keep it with your works page only. Okay, so up here we try to avoid having images as logos or in the header like this. You'll want to have your name and what you do up here, whether it's independent films, cinematography, but have your name and then have that. And same reason that you put this in the footer, you can see it's on every page. While that may have been was an error, having it up here means that having your name and your skill up here means that that's going to be on every page too, and that's what you want. We do want to get rid of some of this blank space. Let's see. Let's close up all that space. You have this here. We try not to cover faces. All right, that would need to be really blurred, and that's not going to be there. Let's see. Maybe you put yourself up here. Okay. 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 This text style up here, I would use this style up here. That usually works well to have your main menu text in the same as your paragraph text here. I would reconsider the wording on this, who's shooting you, just in our, day and time. Let's avoid tiled images. If you're going to put an image back here, you don't want it repeated like that. And I'm not sure you're going to be able to have something like that. A color like this would be good, but it's breaking up your work, and the whole thing is going to be about your work. So this, remove that tiled work, remove this, move that up here. You can put it here in that strip if you like. Okay, so check your links. That one was supposed to be linked to your contact page. Your contact page, hold on here. Okay. Placeholder. All right. We need to clean this up. This is just your contact page. So on your contact page, you're going to have the form, and it's not going to be your subscription form. It's going to be a contact form. So it's a place for their email, a message to you, that kind of thing. Go into your Wix editor and your plus symbol, you'll be able to choose a contact form. Okay. All right, so double check, because it looks like either there's AI content or duplicated content, but double check. We can't have duplicated content. All right. All right. And we want to be super clear about what we do, and that's why you want your name and your skill up here. So let's take a look at the mobile. Okay, and your name and skill will show up right there when you put it on your desktop. You may reduce the size here so we don't have that line break. Let's center that. Okay, so I'm kind of confused here about what we're getting. Here you're talking about color grading, but here you're talking about a streaming platform. So, and this is placeholder text. So make sure you set aside about 7 hours at least to do that. Stream and buy, take that out. Catalog, take that out. And clean these up, all right? Okay. All right, so yeah, set aside about several hours so that you can actually just have the work that you need. All right? Because I think what you're saying is you're a cinematographer, so and working in films. Okay, you've got color grading here, but you know, we can't have it like spotty like that, okay? But you'll fix that, and as soon as you take those strips out and put this in the right place, it's going to start to come together, and you'll start working through some of the details, all right? All right. Nicole. Well, let's see. Let's remove the video that's in the back, and the way you do that is you select that, and then over on the left in your Wix site design, you'll be able to select the background and just select color and select white, and it will disappear, or you can select a blue or gray or black color like this if you like, but that's slowing things down and it's a little distracting. Left align your content here so it's easier for people to read left to right. Left align. And left align. Okay. A little more higher contrast here with your text. And okay. I like the photo, it's fun. Do crop it a little bit up here so we get that white strip off. I think it's okay, but either I think it goes all the way around or off. Okay. Close this gap. That's a big gap. I'm still scrolling. Yeah, grab the, I believe it's purple or orange button here, the arrows, and drag it up until this closes. All right. And you want only your images, all right? No stock images. So we don't really have to have this photo back here. This is your form. Fine. The LinkedIn is hard to see, so we want to work on that contrast, all right? Okay, we want to work on the contrast of your navigation bars. And when you change this background, I recommend making it black instead. Select that, then select background change, and just select color, make it black, and that way that won't have a problem. Right now it's got a fill. Make this the same size as your other icons. And you might want to put your LinkedIn centered down there. Maybe all of these rather than stack them like this. You could make them horizontal or down here. And your name would be up here. Left align. Let's use the same line, the width for your text, the same weight. Okay. I realize it may be the color, but you might want to use this color so there's a better contrast. Have equal amount of spacing between your work. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So yeah, set some time aside, go through, make those edits, and that's what you will submit for your revision. Make sure you go through and create a bulleted list for this because you'll be submitting a bulleted list for your revisions next week. All right. Great start. Okay, there's some template video in the back here, and so you want to go in again, look at this is the same for you, Nicole. Look at the announcements so that you can see there's a video under there for you, week 3 for troubleshooting. Make sure you watch this and it will tell you how to change a background and things like that that you may need right now. Okay. Let's, name our files so we don't have strings of numbers and things for file names. But remove this background, remove this logo, the template logo. Link these up. You don't need all of them, but have at least a few. Take this out. This is the placeholder, 1, 2, 3. And reduce the depth here. This is hard to read when it's white on white. You'll want you have this. Now let's put what you do. Okay. You say films down here, so say films. Okay. All right, a little hard to read this size. It's the strokes. Also, what you want to do is grab this text box of your navigation and drag it over here, reduce the size so it's not covering this up. Okay. And yeah, let's make this a little larger, I think, right now. It's 16, but this font needs to go larger. It's just hard to read this kind of font. I know it's the template, but it's still not easy to read this one. Let's, okay. So we want just 2 fonts, one for headers and one for body copy. It's nice if you have this for your body copy too. That makes it match. Okay. Okay, good. This isn't going, to the right place. So let's go here and take this off. And it looks like this is repeated content. So let's take that off and that out altogether. Now if I select on it, okay, so a little something on each of these, right? A little short description for each. Check that. I'll put that on one line. And close that footer up so it's not so deep. Okay, and you have your form. All right. All right, so let's take a look here. Taking this out, centering that content, removing all the spaces, taking the template out, be consistent. If this is going to be left align, then left align this. And you left align that. Okay. I think you had 3 here, so it's possible it's taking time loading. But you'd put your 3rd one there too. So you want to have your descriptions there for those. Okay. All right. All right. So yeah, set several days aside. I do give you a little extra time because of, here we go, a little more. This is the template person, Daniel Rousseau. So this is where you're going to take these out, and that's where your work is going to show up. So put aside some time, several hours, or it'll be stressful. It won't be if you allow that time, so you can have breaks and things like that, and work through these things, starting first with taking out things that are template. And once you do that, you'll have a little more, a stronger handle on everything. Okay, and everything that's duplicated, take all this out. All right, it's a good start. This template does require a lot of edits, but it's looking good. All right. Okay, Matthew. Nice, just the right height, nice contrast, and order, nice image. Good. Looks like we probably have the same amount of spacing between everything. Nice hierarchy, easy to read. You're clearing it over here. The, yeah. What you could do is, okay, so you have that. You could make this background, part of this so that the whole thing stays with it, but okay, double check. This is just a little less spacing than this. But so far, and these are still linked to Wix, so you'll want to hook those up at least LinkedIn to yours, and as a filmmaker, probably Instagram and certainly YouTube. Okay. Good, good. Same thing here. Let's take this as placeholder. Apologize for my cat. It's my daughter's cat, and they're suddenly very talkative. I'm not sure why, but this one is a good place to maybe put a show reel if you like, or you can just delete this page and drag in your pages and menu over here, the third icon down in your Wix editor, drag this one, above your about, and have your works be your first page if you want to do that, or your about. But otherwise, you need to put a little something there. Make sure that it's nice and discreet. The colors, these colors are great. So, of course, that's going to be good. A show reel is nice if it's not too big and taking up a lot of storage space. But yeah, let's see what your mobile is doing here. Okay. You might want a little clearance here. I suppose if you needed to on your mobile, you could left align that. I'm not sure blue. I mean, it's not a bad color. And I guess you do have it on some of your other colors, but you're kind of in neutrals. So if you wanted to make your, this probably needs to be optimized. I don't mind that it's coming up because it's an interesting photo doing that, but it's possibly just, unless you have an animation on it, the file is kind of large and taking time to load, but you may have a dissolve or something there. Okay, so you want to link up your email and move that. I recommend a free Google Voice number for everybody. Make sure this is yours. I think it is. I just want to make sure. So yeah, this is something that happens sometimes. So you'll want to move that below and keep consistent with, the text being underneath your image. So move that up and move that one down. That's real typical. And, this is fine to have your full sale email, but, a free Google that isn't a student would be something to prepare for. Good job here. So you just need to put these in the other places too, and then center that. Center these. I would probably center that and that. This, I'm not so sure it should be centered. Or, you might be able to move this over or up, which would make it fine. All right. All right. Great job. So close. The blue is actually a good combination. But yeah. Yeah, okay. All right. Great job. I'm looking forward to seeing these next week after you have a little bit of time to work things out. And before you know it, you're going to be a pro. I've had people after 2 weeks be able to go, students be able to go and make websites and get paid. So there's no reason any of you would not be able to do that if you wanted to. I know you're filmmakers, but it never hurts to have a skill on the side. All right, everybody. I look forward to seeing what you're doing. Have a wonderful weekend. Be safe. And I will be seeing you online.